What's up everyone, James here, and we return to Gargoyles Demona. Demona is a freaking Viking and it's awesome. This is the second issue. If you didn't see my video on the first issue, I'll have a link to it right here and below the like button. And make sure you hit that like button. I also have the Gargoyles playlist of everything we've covered so far in the pinned comment below. Okay, so this opens in 1109. It's been 16 years since Demona and Angelika left Northumbria. We see Demona on the prow of a Viking ship in the Mediterranean Sea with the northern lights above her. Angelika approaches and asks, "Are you ready?" Demona answers, "Of course. I fear you do not take these measures seriously enough." Angelika replies, "There's no need. You take measures seriously enough for us both. Now let's go." Angelika and Demona fly into the middle of a sea battle. They're battling with the Vikings and the Viking king Sigurd of Norway against the Saracens. During the battle, one of the gargoyles from the Norway clan, Magni, helps Angelika. Now, I love the unique designs of the gargoyles of the Norway clan. They look awesome. Demona helps out King Sigurd. He says, "Your king offers his thanks, Demona." She replies, "You're not my king, Norseman," which he assures her he's fine with as long as she continues to help them win. We then meet more of the Norway gargoyle clan. Modi, who announces the Saracens have surrendered, and a female gargoyle, Skade, who informs King Sigurd they've seized the Saracen ship and the little treasure they possessed. Demona tries to return Sigurd's shield he lost during the battle, but he tells her to keep it as a reward for coming to his aid. This shield is called Odin's shield. Demona tells him that she has little use for a shield and that he might need it. He insists that she keep it because he mentions the pagan iconography does not suit him anymore, but he admits he is being hypocritical, given that he happily continues to wear this jewel around his neck. This jewel is the Eye of Odin. Now, the Eye of Odin is a powerful magical item. Remember, this thing turned Fox on the show into a literal strong werefox, and Goliath at one point into a powerful avatar of Odin. Now, why he can't access the power of the Eye of Odin, I'm not really sure, and it doesn't get explained. From here, we transition to 6 months ago in Galatia, and we see how Demona and Angelika came into the service of Sigurd. They had met the Norway clan here, and the clan invited them to join them in the expedition of King Sigurd, the last of the Viking kings. Demona had initially refused because she doesn't like humans. Skade pointed out to her that Angelika revealed to the clan that they had worked with El Cid for 5 years. Demona responded with, "Not for, with. El Cid kept his promises, and I made certain we never had to trust him." This is cool on two fronts. One, El Cid, like a lot of the characters on the Gargoyle show, is a real-life figure in history. El Cid, whose real name was Rodrigo Diaz Bivar, was an 11th century Spanish knight and military leader, often regarded as Spain's greatest knight and hero who shaped medieval Spain. Second, it shows that Demona, besides Macbeth, did have another good experience with a human, and those won't be the only ones. It just goes to show in the modern day, despite the few good experiences she's had with humans, it still hasn't changed her objective of wiping out humanity. Skade of the Norway clan explained to her that she could have the same arrangement with King Sigurd, listing out all of his impressive feats and resume. She says he's only 19 years old, commands 5,000 men and 60 ships, and has been king for half a decade, and before that, he was Earl of Orkney, after he and his father overthrew Paul and Erland Thorfinnsson. That grabs Demona's attention, and she mentions that she likes that because, remember, they were Malcolm Canmore's stepsons. Skade tells her that all the sons of Canmore are dead. So in the 16 years between the issues, all the sons of Canmore have fallen. However, we know at least one son still lives, Donald Canmore, and his family will eventually continue their hunt for Demona. Demona still has some hesitation about joining them. She asks what's to stop the humans from destroying us in our sleep. The clan shows her this huge iron case, and they answer, "We call it the box, solid iron. Locks from the inside, and we gargoyles keep the only key." Angelika asks a very valid question. What if the ship sinks when we're inside? Magni and Modi answer, "We're fine underwater during the day. Then at nightfall, we awaken and unlock the box, swim to the surface, and then to shore." Truth is, we'd probably drown, but that's the same risk everyone shares at sea. Demona agrees and mentions they have a better chance at survival though than any humans aboard. Angelika questions her if they are going to join them then. Demona says, humans attacking humans and we get to help? She smiles. And then later, she officially makes an alliance pact with King Sigurd and joins the expedition. So in the spring of 1109, Magni, Modi, and Skade of the Norway clan, Demona and Angelika set forth upon Sigurd's ship. They reach their first location, carrying torches above the island of Formentera, attacking more Saracens and gathering more treasure. Then they travel and invade Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. After their victory, they sail through the gates of Gibraltar and enter the Mediterranean Sea. In the summer of 1110, the Gargoyles and Vikings invaded Jerusalem, the capital of Israel. During one day, Angelika turns to stone while examining a gold locket. That's going to be somewhat important in the modern day for Demona. By October of 1110, the Gargoyles find themselves engaged in a battle off the coast of Sidon, a city in Lebanon. Skade and Demona are relishing the fact that they are dominating the human attackers, while Magni and Angelika agree that they're both having great fun. They both work together to chop down a mast and then throw it at the humans who fall overboard. They look down on their handiwork and both take delight in watching the humans splash into the water. Their hands gently touch, and Demona does notice that and a relationship brewing between them, but she says nothing. Meanwhile, Sigurd is battling by himself against several soldiers. One of them takes advantage of an opening and uses a mace to hit him hard in the chest. The blow shatters the Eye of Odin in its casing. It truly stuns Sigurd. Demona leaps in and saves him before the soldier delivers a fatal blow to the king. By December of 1110, Sigurd and the Gargoyles' siege of Sidon had ended, and the enemies had surrendered the fortress and the city. Skade tells King Sigurd that she has found the jewel from his lucky charm. She mentions that though the original setting was destroyed, one of their captives from Egypt is a talented smith, and he can reset the stone. However, Sigurd doesn't seem to care. Demona takes notice of this. Though he doesn't say this, I think it's safe to assume that he has lost faith in himself. He believes his luck has run out, since up to that point, he was basically undefeated and seemingly walked away unscathed from every battle he's been in. So the fact that the soldier was able to land a blow on him symbolizes, at least to him, that his expedition is over. His luck has run out. That's going to be made clear here in a second. In January of 1111, the Gargoyles take in the sights as they sail into the harbor at Constantinople. Skade explains that the city is known as the Queen of Cities. Modi tells the others that Sigurd is going to be greeted by the Byzantine Emperor himself. Once the boat has docked, Skade hands over the Eye of Odin to Sigurd, now set into the design made by the Egyptian smith. Now this is the modern day design. This is how it's presented to us on the show. Skade goes on to ask Sigurd if he approves, and he answers it is fine and thanks her. Later, Sigurd and the Gargoyles meet with Emperor Alexios Komnenos. Sigurd greets and thanks the Emperor for his hospitality, and he surprisingly gives him the Eye of Odin. In March of 1111, the Gargoyles are still enjoying the hospitality of Constantinople. Skade explains to Demona that Sigurd has sold his fleet to the Emperor and plans to return to Norway overland. Most of Sigurd's men, however, plan to stay in Constantinople in the service of the Emperor. Demona asks Skade what her plans are, and Skade answers that she misses her home's mountains and plans to join Sigurd in the trek home. Stroking Demona's red hair, Skade asks if Demona will join her or remain in the city. Demona answers she will do neither, and says Sigurd has lost his luck and his nerve, and I don't care to stay in any place for too long. Angelika and I will set our own course. As they both continue to stroke each other's hair, Demona wishes Skade well and tells her that she has valued their friendship. So it seems like that Skade and Demona had developed a relationship throughout their years together. I do hope Skade is still alive in the modern day, and that she and Angela might be the ones to bring Demona back from her path of evil. Later in the city tower, Magni tells Angelika that he and Modi have been asked by the Emperor to join the Varangian Guard, to be the Emperor's personal bodyguards. He informs her that the offer was extended to her as well if she chooses to stay. He makes it clear he wants her to stay with him, and she understands. Demona eavesdrops from the balcony and then leaves in tears because she assumes that Angelika is going to choose to stay with him. So she heads to the ship and begins packing her things, including the Odin shield. She says to herself that she is better off on her own and never wanted Angelika to follow her anyway. Suddenly though, Angelika arrives and tells Demona that she knows all of that, but will still be joining her anyway. Demona, shocked and confused, tells Angelika she thought she would be staying in Constantinople with Magni. Angelika says, "I care for Magni, it's true, but I already lost one clan in my life. I will not lose another. You are my clan." They embrace each other and Demona cries happily. I absolutely loved this heartfelt moment between them, but it's made me think though, Angelika isn't going to be alive by the end of this series. All the Gargoyles end up separating. Skade joins Sigurd on horseback as he heads home to Norway. Magni and Modi stand guard upon the towers of Constantinople. Demona and Angelika glide out over the water, heading towards new lands and a new adventure. That's the end of Demona issue 2. I hope you all enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and check out one of these gargoyle videos right here. Other than that, have an awesome day, take care, and always remember every day to go beyond.